Good morning, everyone. What we will do today is work on the Sim simulator and do exercises that we have already presented on the board. So nothing new, just direct programming exercises. Moving from X0, Z0 to the end of these drawings, I repeat, we have already done them on the board. The only main difference is that on the board we used A, R, and C. Here A will become ANG, C will become CHR, and R will become RND. So let's immediately do some practice with something slightly different from what we have seen in theory. G, X0, 0 will always be our starting point. I have inserted a tool which is a CNMG, a rough diameter of 100 with an overhang of 80 mm. I'm not going to teach you how to use the simulator, but how to program. Let's start by making this shape. So from here on we will move, or rather let's already set F0.3. This will be permanent. We will modify the program from here on. So G1, X30, nothing easier. Now let's start moving according to some angles. We only have the data ANG equal to 120, 180 minus 60. We know it will end with an RND with a radius of 8 millimeters. However, we have no indication of where this line will end, but we know exactly that the next line will end with an angle equal to 180 at an X of 70 millimeters and a Z of minus 42 millimeters. Then we will return to rapid G0X 200 Z300 M30 to finish the program. We did the right things. We can only know by simulating, and let's simulate perfect. You see that we have exactly the profile that goes from here to there. 3D view, which is always nice. And we simulate our work in 3 dimensions. Okay, obviously I used a huge insert, so I wouldn't have to rough it out because we are just practicing. Let's go to this other program, delete everything from here to there, and let's insert X0 again. From X0 to Z0 there is already X33. Let's go to Z16. We are here and we finish with a radius RND equal to 6. Then we change line. We move with an angular movement of 150 degrees because we have a 30, so an opening of 180 minus 30 is 150, and we go to Z minus 35. Now we just need to move to 80. And Z is fine. It hasn't told us how far we will go. So here we will set Z minus 50. 50. We start with the command G0X 200Z200 M30, which is crucial for our process. Next, we proceed to simulate the process, and as you can clearly see, we have successfully achieved this profile. Now let us move on to this other profile, make the necessary edits, and proceed to delete what specifically interests us. So why didn't I use the Fanuc simulator? 1, because I want to alternate the two things to get you used to the reasoning of a CNC. The other is valid. 2, because the Fanuc simulator has a limit and does not allow me to insert two contiguous angles. In reality, CNC machines obviously allow you to do everything I'm doing. With this simulator, X is always 33. We're here But this time we finish with a chamfer, that is, a chamfer equal to 2. Z16 obviously changes the interface to input the data. This is much more similar to a CNC. Here we also have an angle equal to 150 that ends with a radius equal to 12. How many times will you find yourself putting in A and R? You'll gradually get used to it. We have one last data point, which is a Z35, and we are here. Perfect. X80, radius equal to 2. Z47. This software, I remind you, is available for free download from the internet upon registration, and you can follow exactly everything I do. If you have any doubts about how to input the various data, there is a small tutorial on my channel, or rather a nice tutorial, I would say. Let's give Caesar what is Caesar's on how to input the various data and how to create, edit programs, as you have seen. This RND2 simulation has just been touched upon. If we go to edit, we go to tool selection, and here we write 0.2, and we go to resimulate it. The chamfers will definitely be more similar to reality. This is for that discussion, but I must have made a mistake here because I think this is a radius. Let's see. In fact, here it was a chamfer because it's a bevel. Obviously, I am not currently considering the correction of the tool radius. Let's move on to this. So let's go back to edit and delete everything we don't need. G1, X becomes 50. Z minus 16 is equal to 195. And in my explanation video, if you remember, I wrote 165, making an error of RND 12. And Z and minus 35. X80 bond is equal to 6. And here I also go to put the equal sign that I forgot. After that, new line, Z minus 47. G0 Z 200X 200 met 30. We did the right things and ensure that let's see it in the process of simulation. If we made a mistake, obviously we will have an error where we went wrong in our operation. In one thing, we made a mistake. Obviously, we selected the wrong tool to make this profile. It will be enough to select the tool, go to the warehouse tool list, and change our plate. Program Manager, Direct Programming, Simulation, and now we will have an insert at 35 degrees with which we can exactly copy this profile. Well, I would do another one that I would say is this edit. Let's delete what we don't need. X33 are equal to 3Z minus 16 and equal to 60. So 120. And here I have no data except the fact that it will end with a THR equal to 5. That is a chamfer. How does the machine know when to stop? By reading the block after which is X90, 1Z minus 50. And as we proceed to the next step, carefully with precision and accuracy in this task as expected in the simulation to achieve the desired outcome in this scenario, as we analyze the situation and make adjustments as necessary to ensure success in our project, and reach our goals. Z50 and approximately a hang equal to 150, so 3 coordinates, to define the missing coordinates of the previous block. Then we will have a Z64 G0 Z 200X 200M30. Let's simulate. And you can see that we have created exactly this profile. Our radius was already 90, so it didn't touch anything here. I would say that by integrating these exercises done today and what we saw on the board, direct programming should no longer hold any major secrets for you. I thank you for participating and for watching this video. I hope I have clearly explained direct programming by using the board and examples. I hope it has clarified your ideas rather than confused you. The fact that you can use A, B, or C depending on the control is determined by the type of control, but the logic is always the same. Thank you for being with me.